A few weeks in, I made the drive out of state and met her and her husband over dinner. We had some very tough, emotional talks, but overall it was a very constructive visit. I told them I wanted to be in their lives and even be an uncle to their kids. My sister then told me that I should hold off on all that for the moment. Given our upbringing and my history, she recommended I go to therapy or counseling before being introduced to her kids. She said they had worked hard to make sure their kids weren't exposed to the kind of adults we grew up with. I don't know why, but I took offense to that because she doesn't know what I've been through since our father passed. I'm not that same hateful preteen. She doesn't know how hard I've had to work intentionally, and I am still working hard to better myself. I'm not opposed to therapy, but making it a requirement before even meeting her children seems excessive. I told her I would think about it, but I don't think I hid my disappointment too well. I'm pretty sure she sensed the change in our vibe because the rest of the dinner was a bit awkward. I haven't heard from her since. Am I the jerk for not wanting to go to therapy just because she thinks I should? I mean, I'm literally considering moving several states away to be near them. Shouldn't that be enough for a start? Update 1. Thanks to everyone who reached out and offered kind and not so kind words. The feedback really helped open my eyes. The short version, my sister and I spoke on the phone and had a very long, hard conversation. She has decided to not continue contact with me at this time. My reaction to her request that I attend therapy reopened some deep wounds. She held out the possibility that maybe we can try again later down the road after she's had time to really sit with everything, but there is no timeline. It stings, but I'm trying to find a balance between being hopeful and the reality that I may never hear from her again. The long version, I spoke with my sister on the phone after our dinner, and she said she became physically ill after our meeting, particularly after I hesitated on therapy. Furthermore, she doesn't trust me. I know I blew my chance. I could tell she had a lot of simmering anger in her voice as she spoke. She talked about a few really tough personal things I didn't know she went through with our dad and how she struggled to find herself in her new extended family because of it. I had no idea those things happened. I was so wrapped up in my own issues. I feel terrible that I never considered how many ways she was affected by being disowned until many of you brought it to my attention. I will share this tidbit about how her health was affected because she told me she's open about it. She was constantly stressed out by our dad's violent behavior. Growing up, I thought it was normal for adult men to fight their friends over disagreements. There was a night our dad got into a fight with his friend while they were watching TV at our house, and dad got knocked out. His friend thought he unalived my dad and threatened my sister with a pew-pew not to tell a soul he was there. I vaguely remembered that event, but I didn't know she thought dad was unalive or about the pew-pew. She panicked all night about us being orphans but was too scared to get help. He finally woke up the next day, but that was the beginning of her anxiety.